So Jim, I want to talk to you today about women's health. You know, you hear so much about women because of their hormonal balance, so different than men, that they start to lose, you know, some muscle density and bone density, probably more rapid than men do. And, you know, women really are the gatekeepers of the home. You know, the guys like to think they are, but the women keep everything together. They're busy, and what I have found is that it's always difficult for them to find time for themselves too. But they really need to find a solution to really get over that paradigm shift that, oh, that's just what happens with women over 40. You're going to start losing bone density, muscle mass. So talk to me a little bit about what ARX can give, you know, to the for the women out there.
So exactly what you mentioned, time efficiency and bone density seem like two things that are missing with a typical workout for a busy woman who is given information that might not quite be square on. They're told that they don't need to do load-bearing exercise, that'll make you bulky, they're told, and you really just need to go for a walk or stretch and do some yoga and things like that. But the problem is that takes a lot of time, and it doesn't do anything for your bone density. So with ARX, the first thing is that the workouts are very brief. And that's not only something you can get away with, it actually becomes a requirement for the production of continued results. So it's these very brief, very targeted, very efficient sessions that make it so that you can get back to whatever you were doing, and that your sessions work around your life, not the other way around. I've heard from so many women in my life, I can't do this, I've committed to go to the gym and by God, I'm gonna go. Or I have to miss this social function, or I could have done this, but I was just getting back from the gym, it took me an hour and a half and all the rest. Well, what if it was a week or two of 20 minutes a pop, and you could free up all that time? So what they're really getting from your place of business is all this new free time, and how much is that worth? And then, oh, by the way, a better result than they were getting, because that second part is bone density. ARX can properly load your skeleton in a safe way with mechanical tension that stimulates your body to lay down new bone tissue. And this works in women from age 30 up until 100. The adaptive mechanism is retained as you age. So the idea, I think it was from My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where she says, well, the man is the head of the household, but the woman's the neck. Yeah. And the neck can point the head. Yeah, so we need strong necks. Yeah. And so if a woman is not physically fit and physically strong, there's going to be problems for everybody in her life. And I know I've had it expressed to me a lot of the times when women feel tired and run down, and they're not just being there the way they want to be there for people in their life, it can be a drag. And so the idea you can totally eliminate that and regain any lost bone mass and build even more, even into your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, building bone density. The idea that you can do that in 1 or 2 weekly workouts lasting 20 minutes, that's a no-brainer. That's an easy one. Yeah.
No, and you know, and I think when the women will really start to understand that, because they've been misinformed most of the times by their doctor that, oh, well, you're over 40, you're starting to lose some bone mass, but that's okay because we have a pharmaceutical medication.
Sure.
We can put you on, and that's just what they've been told.
Right.
When again, we have the fountain of youth,
right.
The perfect solution for them that's going to deal like with what you said and all the challenges that women deal with, you know, with time and taking care of the family and all the other things that they tend to take the responsibility for, and then not have to buy into that. Right. Oh, you know, that's just what's going to happen because you're aging. No, that's not what happens.
Right. If someone tells you this is just how it is, see if they're trying to sell you a pill or something.
That's right.
Chances are they are, because that's not just what happens. That's nonsense. So the idea that, oh, I'm 40 or I'm 45 or I'm getting up, well, these are the changes that, and they even give you pamphlets about this is what you can expect. And it's like a Nocebo Effect. You know, they just feed you this and, oh, what the doctor said, turns out it happened. I guess I need a prescription. No, you don't need to go down that road. There's a healthy, strong, vital way to deal with the years. That's more than half your life. Where you can spend more than half your life just being buffeted about by what some guy who's selling you pills told you would happen. Instead, I mean, maybe that's right. Just try this first. Just try this first. Give them a shot. And we've been experiencing this for years and years now with real results and real people. Like I was going to mention my own mom in 2010. she was very overweight and was in that same like the downward spiral I was sort of talking about. And I got her started on just a strength training program with a local trainer as a Christmas gift. And you would not believe, 6 months later, I was on tour at the time playing trumpet, and I get back from my tour in that 2010 year, and I get back and she's standing up straighter, she's more assertive, and she's and she's not just lazing about in front of the TV. Like, she came alive, she regained all this lost vitality, and it was like I had my mom back. And this was one of those once per week places, and I couldn't believe it. I had a good idea as a Christmas gift, like this will help, but it was, and her DEXA scan, she got a bone density scan, and she has the bone density of a 19-year-old now, 7 years, 8 years after that. And the doctor, he's not quite sure what to think, but okay, he's a nice enough guy. It's well-meaning, but maybe not completely informed. But I feel like had I never given her that, she would have never, found strength training, just because women are not told about strength training as much as men are. And men from a very young age, you got to be strength training, got to get big, this. But that's only the tip of the iceberg. And for women, to be able to stop and even reverse some of those changes psychologically, hormonally, by becoming strong and vital and regaining that confidence, that's a life changer. And just like I got my mom back, people could be getting their sisters, their wives, their grandmothers back after a little bit of strength training.
No, it's exciting, and we look forward to really pouring into that demographic, because over the years of coaching, most of my clients have gone through that process with their doctors and thinking that that's just the way life has to be, and it doesn't. So they can come over here to Regenesis 360, get a good little workout on that ARX, and build that bone density, the muscular skeletal they need. And in my book, 80's middle age. So,
Amen.
come on down. Regenesis 360.